Are you looking for a way to go from zero to big online profits? Then keep on watching, because I'm about to peel back the curtain on an awesome strategy that you can use to do just that. It all comes from the playbook of this entrepreneur that I stumbled across, and he did something amazing. He built an email money machine that's been able to spit out profitable success after profitable success, putting over $8 million in his pocket. This guy was able to build his email list to over 3 million subscribers and then use it to launch a multi-million-dollar business empire, selling courses, software, books, and more. Stick around to the end, and I'm going to show you exactly how he did it and how I would use AI to do this today. Let's get into it. Everything I cover in today's training is available in this slide deck, including all the resources, links, notes, and training tips that you might need to implement this training. It's free. Just look for the link in the description down below or in the comments below, and you can download this deck 100% free. Just become a subscriber to our free Ingeniosity newsletter, and this deck is my gift to you. Today, we're going to talk about how James Clear built his $8 million empire, and we're going to show you the steps that you should follow if you want to duplicate his success. He's a big deal at this point. He's actually become a best-selling author. He's a respected business author, but he wasn't always that way. He started out from zero. He started out, in fact, at less than zero. He was failing at his attempts to build an online business. And so we're going to go over how he broke out of that and how you can apply this even if you're just a brand new beginner who has never built a business before. He started out, when he had his breakthrough, he began to focus on his audience, meaning he was serving a particular group of people. He wanted to provide information and help to the business world. So he began to build an audience of business people, of entrepreneurs, of small business owners, corporate business people. And he began to serve his audience first, meaning he found out what is it that they wanted to learn about? What is it that they wanted to have information about? What problems did they have? What goals did they have? He learned about that from them through the process that I'm about to show you. And then he used that information to launch a massively successful business. But he didn't start out that way. He had burnt through $5,000 of his own money before he began to have his first success. Now, the problem with these first few businesses that he tried was that he had kind of an offer first mentality, meaning he had in his mind what he wanted to sell, and then he found an audience to try to sell it to, which is actually backwards. That seems logical. And for most, especially if you're a newer entrepreneur or you're not really experienced in marketing, that would be the logical approach. You have a product to sell, so you go find an audience to sell it to. Well, it's by flipping that on its head and doing it backwards. You find an audience, you figure out what they need and want, and sell them that. It's a completely different way of looking at things. And today, I'll show you how you can do this even faster than James did, because now we have AI that you can use. You can leverage it to have quick, fast results and quick success. So the first step that you're going to do is you're going to choose your niche market and launch your site. Now, choosing a niche, your audience, so to speak, that's an important decision. And I think a lot of people get very worried about this and trying to pick the exact perfect niche market. And so we do have training here on this channel that can help you with that. If you're not familiar with our strategy, we use something called Ikigai, which is actually a Japanese sort of philosophy about how you choose what you're going to do in life. And essentially, what you're looking for is a cross-section. If you think of the Venn diagrams, right, where you have the circles and where they overlap and intersect, right, that's what we're looking for here. And we're looking for where what you love, the things that you are interested in, the things that make you excited, that's part of how you pick your niche market. It's also, you take a look at what you're talented at, what you're good at, what you have a kind of a knack for. And then in addition to that, you look out there and see and try to figure out what the world needs related to those things. And then a very important part is what topic, what sort of thing about all of this can you actually do to make money? And it sounds simple, but watch the video. I'll drop a link to it down below so you can watch that video. It's a detailed training that'll walk you through how to apply this. So it's important that you do this correctly and that you pick the right niche market. So go through that training. It'll coach you through how to do it because it's important that you get this right. Now, you can always pivot, right? So later down the road, you can always shift and adjust. And personally, I often find when I start a new business, the business at the end that's successful has often changed a bit. Sometimes we're selling a different product than I thought we would sell, or we're kind of have shifted our marketing and we're talking to a slightly different audience. So you can adjust, adapt as you go. You're not locked in once you pick a niche, and you can never change your mind. So keep that in mind as well. So we have to have our niche market, and you do need a website. I will say that. That's important that you set up a site, and you have to have that as part of step one. Now, of course, I can help you with that. If you're not familiar with some of the stuff that we do, we offer a fully featured AI business building tool that it can literally just spit out a website for you. So if you want more information on that, you see the link there on the screen, and we can certainly help you with it. But you need your niche and you need your site. That's step one. Step two, we're going to start producing content. Now, this is what has traditionally been called SEO content, but really today, it's way beyond that. We're going to be using content, and I'm going to go into how you use it in a minute. Okay, that's the thing. You need to fill your site up with content. And what I do is I like to focus in on what are the unique problems that my niche has, what are the unique goals that my niche have, and I want to talk about those things and help provide solutions, insight, and information about them on my site. This is also known as a blog, right? You would be putting out articles and publishing them in the blog of the website that you have. Now, this is a timeless strategy. I've been using content in my business for 25 years, and it's something that I will continue to do every day for the rest of my life as an entrepreneur. And it's because it is valuable and it is timeless. It is evergreen. It will continuously help you build traffic. So it is worthwhile to do content marketing and doing blogging and things like that. And James, one of the insights that he had was thinking about that. He was also realizing that this content thing was going to be a long-term play. So he created content that had a timeless element to it. I see a lot of people get tied up in trying to do topical things that are kind of like a trend today, but they might not be a trend tomorrow. So instead, focus on evergreen things that you know are timeless, which is why I like to focus on the problems and the goals of my market, because I know those things tend to be timeless. And if I can help my market with those things, it'll work today, tomorrow, and years into the future. The thing here is you need to do this in volume. This is not something that you can just do every once in a while. That was, I think, the place where James in his journey struggled the most in the case study that we went through of how he did this. This was a challenging thing to put out enough content. Well, the beauty today is you have AI to assist you. In fact, we even have tools inside of our business that can help you with this and actually literally do your blogging for you every day. All right, step three, we need to have some way to capture email addresses and build a list. This was the cornerstone, the thing that made James so successful. He had a way, so when people would come to read the content on his website, basically an ad showing on his blog, on his posts, promoting his email list. So he didn't lead by trying to sell stuff all over his website. He led by trying to get people to subscribe to get a little bit of free, useful information. And you can see an example of that there on the screen. You need this. Again, luckily, if you work with me and the systems that our PushButton business building tools will build all of that for you. They create the entire email infrastructure and an email marketing tool set that is attached with your website that will help you build your list and capture people on your subscriber list. And I cannot emphasize enough how valuable email marketing is. People tend to think it's old and maybe even outdated. Let me tell you, that's the furthest thing from the truth. It is still today the most profitable, the single most profitable marketing thing I do in my business is email marketing. And so definitely capture those leads from your website. Now he distributes and amplifies the content. And in fact, I did an entire video training that goes into great detail about this. It's here on the channel. I'll link to it in the deck. So for those of you who download this deck, you'll get the link to the training, but it is here on the channel. You can see it there. And we talk about how to distribute and amplify that content. The simple thing is to share it in social media, okay? Put it on your blog, take the links to your blog posts and share them in social, over on X, over on Facebook, and any other place that you can share that content, do so. Get the link spread far and wide through socials and any other distribution channels that you can. Hey, it's really important, and that's what you do. That is the model. Now, one thing that makes this work, because we don't just not just traffic from social, right? Getting traffic from social media, from Facebook and X and those places is great. But the long-term play is we want to capture free traffic from Google, okay? The mighty G. They still have, they are the biggest force in the internet when it comes to traffic, period. It's unlikely to change in the near future. So we want to rank in Google. To do that, we need what's called a backlink, which is simple. It's just really a link that's anywhere on the internet pointing back to your website. These can come from a variety of places. In fact, just sharing your link on social media counts as a backlink. A lot of people don't know that. That sends what's called a social signal, and it also sends a backlink that will point back to your website. But you want to go beyond that. You want to get more links from a variety of places. And some strategies that you can use for this: press releases are one. Guest posting. This is something where you can offer to write posts on other people's websites and blogs. In exchange, you get to put a link in that article pointing back to your website. There's something called HARO, which stands for Help a Reporter Out. Okay, that's another great way to get media coverage that can be inexpensive. I think I know they used to have a free version. I don't know if they still do, but Help a Reporter Out has been rebranded. They're now called Connectively. You can also do podcast interviews. And then the piece that my head is hiding is to create shareable content, meaning put stuff on your website that's worth sharing, and people will. People will share important articles, resources, lists. If you want to do product reviews, things like this that people find valuable, they naturally share it. That's what I found. So simply by creating great content and putting it out there, people share my stuff and I get backlinks. It works really well. Okay. So over time, because getting traffic from Google is a longer term play. So you're going to get short-term traffic from the socials. Long-term, you'll begin to rank in Google, and over time, you'll build it up. In fact, I'll show you James' traffic stats in just a minute. And you can see that process of how that traffic, scaled up over time. Okay, so now you're building a subscriber list. You're putting out content every day. You've got to be putting out blog posts every day, sharing it in social media. People are coming to your website, and you're building up your list. And remember, we're leading with the audience first. So we're not busy trying to shove things down their throat to buy stuff. Here, buy this, buy that. Here's my product. You don't want to do that at the start. You want to learn from your audience. You want to send them emails and say, hey, reply back and tell me what are the things that you need help with regarding, your niche market. You can also learn by sending different offers to them. You can send them to different news articles. You can send them to other people's products and services, and you can pay attention to what things do they click on, what emails do they open, how do they respond to surveys, and you want to learn about your audience. Now, it is important that as you're building up your subscriber list, do not let this list go cold. This is the fatal mistake. It is the number one mistake I see a lot of new entrepreneurs do. They begin to build up an email list and they think, well, it's too small or it's too early, so I shouldn't email it too much. No, you want to continuously mail that list, even when it's young, okay? Even if you have 8 subscribers on your email list, mail it. And I recommend mailing it weekly. You can mail a little less frequently than that at the very, very beginning, but I highly suggest you mail at least weekly to your subscriber list, even when it's small. And I realize if you have an 8 people subscriber list, you're not going to get a lot of opens, not going to get a lot of clicks. In fact, you want to build it up to thousands, tens of thousands, and hundreds of thousands of subscribers to really start making that big, big, juicy profit. But early on, don't forget to email. Don't be shy. Talk to your list at least once a week. And then you'll learn from them what they really, truly need and want. As you do this, you continue to put out content, you continue to provide good stuff to your list, you're sending them out news articles and links, maybe you're sending them links back to your blog so they can read some of your blog posts. And as you do that, you're going to build up. And I recommend that you try to get to 5,000 subscribers. Now, this is a very generic number, and different niches can happen earlier, right? So if you're in a niche that is very easy to monetize, like it's easy to make money with, you can actually start this earlier. But 5,000 is a good, just general rule of thumb of 5,000 subscribers. And here's where you can really get into launching your own products. Now, up to this point, you can totally promote other people's stuff and get affiliate commissions, get commissions for promoting other people's stuff. But here is where you really have the opportunity to do a launch, where you can now launch your own products or services, and you do it in a way that helps your list with what you've learned about them. You've learned what they need and want. You've learned their biggest problems and pain points and the goals that they have. So now you can create a product, whether that's a training course or coaching, or maybe it's some kind of an e-commerce product. Whatever the product is, you design it to help them with those things, and then you launch it to them. Okay. And now you can start making money. This is what James did in his journey to success, which again resulted in him being a best-selling author, a New York Times best-selling author, because of the list that he built following the strategies I'm showing you. So, and now you sell it to them. So I also have a video on the channel. That's a video we've got on the channel that teaches you how to do that. So reference the channel, you can go dig in and find that. But now we're going to sell them what they are looking for. Now, alternatively, you can promote an affiliate product, which is what this goes into. But now it's time to just do a aggressive sales and marketing launch. You're going to take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, and you're going to craft out a daily email promoting, pitching, and selling what you've learned. And you're going to do what's called a launch. Now, at this point, you'll start to make profit, and a hefty amount of it, actually. So this time, we just repeat the cycle. You produce your content, you distribute your content, continue collecting emails, continuously finding out more and more about what your audience needs and wants, continuously selling them solutions that help them with those things. You can sell your own products or services, affiliate products or services. If you have friends that you want to promote their products or services, you just keep doing this and you just keep repeating that process. And I want to show you how James did it. Let's talk a little bit about James and how he did this to become like a household name, a huge business influencer, purely by doing what I just covered. So now, before James had a multi-million-dollar book deal, he had tried to launch a few businesses online. He tried a photography business, that didn't take off. An iPhone app, he dropped in over $5,000 in that business to try to launch it, and it bombed. He made 19 bucks back. So that didn't take off. He started a newsletter about credit cards. That didn't do well. He even tried launching a course on business building. That didn't take off. So the problem was, and this is in his own words, which we'll listen to him in a moment, I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I had these products and I would launch them and nobody cared. So let's take a quick look. You can hear from James directly.
So I think, I started writing because I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And I had these products and I would launch them and nobody cared. And I realized the problem is that I don't have an audience. I don't have anybody to market to. I don't have anybody to tell about this. And so I started writing a blog to build an email list, because I was like, if I want to be an entrepreneur, I need to have an audience of people who I can go to when I'm ready to sell the next product.
Yeah.
And this funny thing happened, which is the more that I wrote, I found out actually the thing I'm good at is not building these products. It's building an email list. That's the thing I'm good at. And I actually like writing much more than I thought I would.
In the slide deck, I'll link to this. So if you end up downloading our free slide deck, again, just join our newsletter, link down below, and we'll give this to you for free. You can go watch the full interview. So as he continued on his journey, he didn't really start to have success until he started something called Passive Panda. And that's what he was just talking about way back when he started blogging on that website and built up 10,000 email subscribers. And he was getting about 700,000 visitors to his website a year. Okay. And then that actually evolved into what became his multi-million-dollar empire that he launched under his personal brand, which was jamesclear.com. And so back then he launched that. He took the Panda website, turned it into his own personal brand, and then kept blogging there, kept releasing content. And then the key thing I want to focus in on here too is he would amplify the reach of that content. And this was doing guest posting. So he would go out to big websites and get them to reshare his content. and then he would get backlinks when he would do that. So it's essentially helping another website with free content in exchange for a backlink. The other sites would rank on Google and he would get attention. Then his blog post started to rank on Google and he would get even more attention, and his email list continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And by 2018, he had a 400,000 email subscriber list. Look at this path here from 0, 33,000, 100,000, 215,000, all the way up to almost 1 million subscribers, 960,000 subscribers. Okay. And so that was his path. Now, here is a little thing showing the organic traffic growth. So this takes us back here. And you can see it took persistence. It took him sticking with it and continuing that process that we went over in our training today. Continue doing his daily blogging, his daily content outreach, sharing in social media, getting backlinks, and building his email list. And you can see how it took time, and then he got traction and things just, really took off, which then leveraged him into his next project. You might be familiar with the book Atomic Habits. So that's James's book, and he's a New York Times bestselling author because of his email list. Right? It wasn't that he wrote the book, became a best-selling author, and then built his list. No. He started from obscurity, a failed entrepreneur who was losing money and bouncing from one shiny object to the next, to when he stuck with one strategy, the strategy that I revealed to you right here on this training. He did it. He stuck with it. He was consistent. And look what happened. He's now a New York Times bestselling author and a multimillionaire as a result of the email list that he built with his content. That book has sold 20 million copies. Wouldn't that be cool? Could you imagine, that? Like, look out into the future after having done this for some time. You're consistent, you've stuck with it, you've gone through the ups and the downs, and now you're a best-selling author and you're a multimillionaire. That's what sticking with a marketing strategy for the long term can do for you. And by the way, if you'd like a little bit of help with that, if you've ever felt stuck, like maybe you'd like to work hand in hand with me and spend 5 days with me, and we can do that together. We can actually build your business together, you and I, over 5 days in our 5-day challenge. And you can learn more about that by going to pushbutton.ai/engine. So just 5 days together, and we'll build your content machine that you can do what you just saw James achieve. By the way, we have a bonus podcast episode that you'll be able to download that goes into much more detail about James's story and some of the specific details, the specific tactics that he applied. So we have a podcast you can download. All you need to do is become a subscriber to our Ingeniosity newsletter. You'll get this deck, all the links and resources, and you'll be able to listen to. It's a short 10-minute podcast that goes into all the behind the scenes little details of how James achieved his success. And so I hope this gets you a little closer to achieving the success like James. And as you saw, we have lots of videos on this channel that cover how to pick your niche market, how to build an email list, how to make money from that email list, and so much more. So make sure that you're a subscriber. You'll see a red link down below that says subscribe, tap it. Make sure you set the notifications, because YouTube doesn't tell you when we go live unless you click the bell icon. So click subscribe, a little drop down, and click the bell. And then you'll be notified with all the content we release here on the channel. And I'm here live every week. So if you'd like to join me live, ask me questions, get personal help from me during our live sessions, make sure you're subscribed so you get notified next time we go live. And if you got value from today's video, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up, give me some likes, and I would love to hear from you. What kind of newsletter are you thinking about building? Or what kind of an email subscriber list are you thinking about building? Do you know what niche you're going to go into? I would love to hear from you. Let me know what your plans are and if I can help you. If there's any questions you have about applying this or any additional information you need, drop those comments down below. I would love to hear about it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. In my 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push-button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time.